So can you tell me, what is your role in city government, and what do you, in general terms, just do as an organization?
Yeah, so well, I'll start it out and then we'll have Megan go from there. So I'm the Public Works Director for the City of Menomonie. Generally responsible for all the utilities and engineering and streets and some project development in the city. So environmentally speaking, responsible for the water, wastewater, stormwater, and some of the projects all the projects that are going on within the city that fall under the Public Works. And then the maintenance of the roads and streets in a day in and day out capacity. And then helping me do that is Megan Hines, and she'll tell you more what she does.
Yeah, so I'm the environmental program coordinator for the city, and I manage the city's solid waste and recycling programs. Work on helping Randy with stormwater, so particularly the education requirements and making sure we're meeting all of the DNR requirements. And then I also work on the city's energy goals, helping to be carbon free by 2050. And then anything else as assigned.
As assigned, yeah, that's it.
Okay, are there any particular projects currently that are helping to preserve water quality or air quality or other environmental aspects of the city?
I would say continuously. There's projects going on all the time. We need to meet the DNR standards for water and wastewater and compliance and stormwater. We're permitted in all three areas, and we're doing improvements continuously in those elements. Wastewater right now has got a $9 million project going on to put a tertiary treatment, a sand filter to help reduce the phosphorus going into the Red Cedar River in our effluent. That's part of our permit, and that's one of the many projects that we have going on throughout the city. But we're continually looking for ways to improve all those processes, and I think we're doing a good job. Megan can get into more details on the stormwater and some of the environmental goals and some of the energy reduction.
Yeah, so we, in the past few years, have built several regional stormwater facilities, one out by the Dunn County Rec Park, another in Wakanda Park, and then we'll be working on a third pond in North Menomonie in 2023. So continuing to use those facilities to help reduce the phosphorus that's entering our waterways, doing some pre-treatment of the stormwater before it reaches the waterways. Other things we're doing, the city now is hosting a hazardous waste collection for city residents to take care of those toxic chemicals so we don't pollute our water quality, both surface and groundwater, etc. And then working on energy things, we are engaging businesses in the area to work, partnered with Excel Energy for our Partners in Energy program, working with residents, businesses to do energy efficiency projects, renewable energy, to help us meet our goals there.
Okay. Anything else you're doing right now that you'd like people to know about?
Well, yeah, we're doing a lot of things. I'm trying to put my environmental hat on. I mean, we're improving streets, trying to get those done. There's a lot of work to be done in that area.
Problem when you wear a lot of hats.
It does, yeah. But you know, the environmental piece goes through all different lines, business lines within the city, and it's important. The residents say they let us know it's important, and we're trying to comply. We are complying with all the requirements in the environmental world. So, from permits to water quality, to wastewater quality, to stormwater quality, to even the waterways, and trying to keep the garbage off the streets. You know, we're trying to keep the whole city force in line and pulling the rope in the right direction and keeping that going. So.
Okay. Are there any projects or things where you could use some volunteer help or commitment from people in the community that you'd like people to know about, that they can do to kind of get on board?
Right. Yep. Well, the great thing about Menomonie, it's a very engaged community. So I don't think we have trouble get people on board as far as helping in environmental areas and helping us support the environment. We get a lot of calls from people pointing out things that may not be quite right, if there's some garbage in the street, or if the water doesn't look quite right, or if there's questions in the wastewater. It's an engaging community. But people can continually support us by helping with picking up the park, small things like picking up after your dog, getting the leaves off the streets, reducing the phosphorus there, and just being an engaging community, which Menomonie is. And there's support. We get calls from groups quite often to say, hey, how can I help out? we'll send them out to help clean out parks or trails. And that's another thing we mentioned, we've been trying to work on a lot of trails to help the environment too, to help give people another alternative versus driving someplace, to get out and use that bicycle or walk on the trails. But I know Megan, since we've hired her, she's been working on engagement within the community a lot more than I have. She does it very well, so we've been trying to get the word out on some of the programs we have going on through the city, and Megan maybe can allude to Facebook and other stuff you got going on with the public.
Yeah, so we do a lot of on social media as well, like Randy said, trying to get word out of all the projects that we are doing, trying to tell the community what we're doing. They are engaged, they want to know more, they're very interested to learn more about what the city's doing and why we're doing it. So things like the regional stormwater ponds or things, what's the why behind those things and how does it help our environment? And I think just communicating the message that we can all do our part at home too. So clean water can start with you in your backyard. Reducing fertilizers and chemicals that you're putting on your yard, planting native plants and gardens instead of a whole bunch of grass. And like Randy said, keeping your neighborhood storm drain clean does a world of good and does a lot of good. We have a lot of storm drains that do discharge into Lake Menomonie and the Red Cedar River. So keeping them clean keeps those waterways clean.
Okay, and if people want to learn more, what Facebook page is this that they should be looking
So
at?
follow the City of Menomonie on Facebook. It's facebook.com/the City of Menomonie, or visit our website. We have a sustainability page, an energy dashboard page, information about stormwater and other things on there, and that's menomonie-wi.gov.
Or you could be old school, you could just call us, and that would be 715-232-2221. There's some options there when you get to that point, and you could get a hold of Megan or myself once you get to that number.
Okay, anything else you want people in the area to know?
No, we're so fortunate we have partners around the city and community, businesses, Stout, the downtown area, everybody's interested in the environment and making us a better place to live, work and live, and we're fortunate to be a part of that, and would welcome any comments people have.
You know, one of the things we're trying to do in the HEAT committee is to serve as kind of an umbrella organization and try to get some of these various organizations in the county actually talking to each other. And
Yes.
so I think that's good.
We can always improve on
And we'd like to be a partner too.
Right.
Well, we can always improve on communication all the time, so yeah, we'd like to be a part of that even more, so.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thanks,
Yes,
Steve.